called the highway patrol on me, plus the sheriffs and cops. He told him my name was Eric and I carried a Glock. Soon as you start blowing shots, them niggas going to tail. Don't have a meeting with the cops and then you going to jail. They'll tell him about the shooting, take him, show him his well. DA trying to see your cash, they gon' throw him the nails. They wanna throw me up in the cell and have me with a L again. Back to strip searchers and guards, read my mail again. Have me far away in the bay, I'm talking Pelican, eating cold soy burgers and warm gelatin.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're down! For those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Now let's hop right up into this video. So today, I'm discussing the incident that happened in Las Vegas where you had one YouTuber gun down and kill another YouTuber along with his wife. Now, the YouTuber who lost his life, he went by the name of Finney the Legend, and online his wife was known as Bubbly. Now, actually, they had been married and they had 4 kids, and so they had been together for quite some time. I believe their ages was 43 and 44. Now, the YouTuber who killed them and took their lives was another YouTuber by the name of Manny Wise, or sometimes he was known as Sin City Manny. He also had a channel called Sin City Family. Now, it almost appears to me that the people who joined up for that channel, Sin City Family, was almost like a cult. You know, they were supposed to be like a group of supporters, but there was different chapters in different cities and states. And so it was somewhat kind of a odd type of thing, in my opinion, right? And so what happened is this: you have these 2 YouTubers who do a lot of live streams out of Las Vegas. Now, their channels were relatively small. I believe Finney the Legend had somewhere around 3,000 subscribers, and Manny, or Sin City Manny, or Manny Wise, had about 5,000 subscribers. And so just looking at their channels, and due to the fact that they did a lot of live streaming from different tourist areas in Las Vegas, it doesn't seem like their channels was making a whole lot of money, if any money at all. Nevertheless, they eventually got into it. You know, I guess they tend to live stream and cover a lot of the same areas, and so at some point they happened to get into it, right? So after they got into it, well, let me say this: when they happened to get into it, and I'll show you guys a video of this or some portions of it. I don't know how much YouTube will allow me to show due to its policy against no violence. But on Halloween night in 2023, you had Sin City Manny in an area known as Fremont Street. It's an area in Vegas somewhat similar to the Strip. It's a lot of things going on. A lot of people go down there. They congregate, drink. You have a lot of street performers and things like that. And also at times, Street City Manny would dress in costume and do street performance as well. As Finney the Legend and Bubbly were walking through Fremont Street, she happens to notice him. She has a camera. She's live streaming, I believe, and she points her camera in his direction. They have a few words. And as she's pointing the camera in his direction, he ends up slapping the camera out of her hand or away from him. And then basically a small little fight ensues between the group that she was with and the group that he was with. You know, I guess some of the dudes who were part of the Sin City Family group. At some point in time, members of the Sin City Family began to attack and hit the group that Finney the Legend and Bubbly was with sticks and stuff like that. And then eventually Sin City Manny himself runs up to Bubbly and he maces her. Finney the Legend happened to be there as well, and they get into this incident. It's caught on tape. Later on, Finney the Legend made a video and said that basically, since his wife wasn't hurt physically, he wasn't going to pursue the incident in a physical manner. But then after that, he began to engage in a war of words, going live, having a lot of negative things to say about Sin City Manny, his family, and it went back and forth. It got pretty ugly, At some point in time where they're going back and forth, it was said that Sin City Manny, a lot of his viewers started to decrease, and Finney the Legend, his viewers started to pick up. Sometimes on some of those lives that Finney the Legend would do, you would have people who also had negative encounters with Sin City Manny come on and say negative things. So it got pretty rough going back and forth. Now in my opinion, right, could Finney the Legend have moved a little smarter, a little wiser? Of course, we all say hindsight is 20/20, right? But after they got into this altercation on Fremont Street, and you saw this individual, I'm talking about Finny the Legend, you saw that Manny the Wise, I'm talking about Finny the Legend, you saw that Sin City Manny was willing to rush and attack your wife, even if it was only with mace. You know, at that point, man, to me, it seems like you should have figured out a different type of plan. At that point, it seemed like to me, he should have realized, okay, that you know what, this dude is a different type of individual. And if you were not going to pursue it in a physical manner, because me, I'm very protective of the women in my life, right? And so once you saw this dude was willing to attack a woman, even if it's with mace, right? Then to me, it was time to figure out, okay, either I'm going to leave this dude alone or I'm going to handle my business, but I'm not just to be going back and forth with this dude, because you saw that this dude was a different type of individual, right? He even made a couple videos talking about that mentally and psychologically, he believed that Manny Wise or Sin City Manny had a lot of problems. So then once again, if you feel that way about the individual, why would you continue to antagonize this dude, go back and forth, have a war of words, and just things of that nature? You know, the beef between them got really, really ugly. They would go as far as filing complaints on each other with YouTube in an attempt to get each other's page taken down, demonetized, and things of that nature. I believe they both managed to get strikes on each other's channel. I even seen some videos online where Finny the Legend's wife, Bubbly, was talking about the night that she was attacked by Manny Wise. Let me show you a video clip of that real quick.
I'm not sure what you watched, but then when the witch tried to swing her stick or staff or whatever and tried to hit me. So I understand what you're saying, but you also have to understand, I can sit and I can say whatever I want to. This is America. We have freedom of speech. So I can say what I want to say in your face. But when you put your hands on me or when you spray something on me, that's when we have a problem. So what you're saying is fine. I don't have any problem with what you're saying, and you absolutely have a right to feel the way that you feel and to believe what you believe. I don't have any problem with that. But I certainly think that when you put your hands on me, that's where I have a problem, and that's where I draw the line. And then when you spray something on me, then that's where I draw the line.
Then, of course, I was also able to find videos where Manny the Wise was seemingly responding to the video that she made, or at least to the incident that occurred between them, and also videos that seemed, in my opinion, Finny the Legend was at least antagonizing Manny Wise a little bit.
Like this is just gonna be like a fine tap in the wrist, you know what I mean? It'll be quick, you know. And as far as like Fremont will have to understand that in this case it was not like an attack, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. You gotta see the big picture. But anyways, and guys, I ain't gonna blame nobody. I ain't gonna blame my best friend for it. I'll go and do my time, or whatever it is, I'll take care of it, you know?
Because I got him with 2 strikes right now. This will be the last one right here, and we're in that channel. But I mean, we could just, you know, we don't really care about it, because it ain't that channel ain't got no traction. But we get also get to laugh at, because he finna get the notification tomorrow. We get to laugh at how quick he try to take this other video down. So somebody send me, I just put it in chat, where he got what video of mine he got that from, and I get that one too. He gonna get an email tonight about the other one, and that's gonna be a second strike.
So then fast forward to the night of June 8th, 2025, somewhere around 10:40. Finny the Legend and his wife are downtown on the Las Vegas Strip, somewhere near the Bellagio Hotel, and they're live streaming. As they're live streaming, I guess some type of way Manny Wise found out that they were downtown. Maybe he happened to see the live stream, maybe somebody notified him, whatever. Now as they're live streaming, he happens to appear in the background. Now initially it doesn't appear that they notice him, but then at some point Finny the Legend's wife, Bubbly, she notices Sin City Manny, and she tells him basically, hey, don't come over here, you know, don't bring your butt over here starting no mess. He then walks over there. It appears he says something real quick to Finny the Legend, then he pulls out a gun and he shot him, according to the police, 7 times. As he's shooting him, his wife, she grabs the camera that they're live streaming with. She says, are you kidding me? She appears to grab the camera that they was live streaming with, and then he turns the gun on her, shoots her as well, and flees the scene. Then eventually he turned himself in about 14 hours later. Sin City Manny made his first appearance in court, and they've arraigned him on 2 charges of open murder. It appears that he's trying to make a claim of self-defense. Nevada is an open carry state, but the police reports are saying that they didn't find any weapons on Finney the Legend or his wife Bubbly. And of course, in my opinion, it's definitely crazy that Sin City Manny let this beef escalate and agitate him to the point where he felt it was necessary to kill another individual and his wife. I believe he's around 41 years old, and Nevada is definitely a state that is extremely hard on crime. I remember at one point in time, the state of Nevada had a zero tolerance policy for drugs. So if you happen to get caught even with a small amount of weed, you was in trouble. They did not play when it came to crime. And it could potentially have something to do with Las Vegas being a tourist location, and they want to present a certain type of image to the people that come to that city and tour, because of course it brings in a lot of income. And last but not least, in my opinion, sometimes in the comments you'll have individuals who cheer for this type of beef. You know, they'll cheer for their favorite YouTuber to get antagonistic, go back and forth with another YouTuber or whatever. But at the end of the day, when things like this happen, of course it's the YouTuber and his family that has to suffer. Anyway, you already know who it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.